Can you guys see me now? You guys can't see me? Hmm. One sec. Am I on that? Oh, you know what it is? I forgot. When I leave, I gotta come back and turn the camera on. I'm back. How you doing? I'm back. You were not getting rid of me that quick, that easily. No, not this time. Not this guy, damn it. I hope everyone's well. Welcome to Let's Talk Crypto. Let's talk DeFi. Oh man. But I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone had a great week. Luckily tomorrow's Friday. I'm off from one job. I get to go camping and then I get to go do my other job. So sort of off. I'll take it. You know? Yeah, I'm like DeFi. I never sleep, baby. That's it. Uh, yeah, one way or another, right? Yeah, the yield is on, baby. The yield is on. So, Hope, if you don't mind typing, do you mind just letting me know how much experience you have with DeFi? Like today, I'm gonna talk about Spectra a little bit. Do you know what Spectra is? Just let me know what that is, so then I know where I'm starting from. And anybody that's on, please let me know what's going on, so we can. If you're on in YouTube, let me turn that on. That's the other thing. See, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. You know. Uh, Docs, and then we go to YouTube Live panel. So I try to pay attention to the. Okay, and she's deployed now. She's deployed. Have you collected yet, or? Oh, I'm sorry. Mm, That's. Oof, you gotta get a case. You gotta get the case. You know. You gotta get the good case. I'm telling you, it's gotta be the good case. You can't. No. I'm a firefighter, so I'm like, yeah, I need that otter box or that life proof box. I need to barely reach get to the phone. Like by the time I open the phone from the case, it's like the old air escapes. Like that's the case I need. You know. So today I'm going to talk about a little bit about Spectra Hope. If you have any questions, please ask. I got that over there and edit security actually. Hmm. That's odd. Are you getting that edit message or is that just for me? Okay. Okay. All right. So you guys see the screen over here. I'm gonna switch over here. I'm gonna show you what Spectra looks like. And boom. Let's go on the stream. Have everyone. All right. Yeah, I can't see. What was that? Thank you for confirming. All right. So this is Spectra. I'm just going to go through a little thing I wrote up on Spectra. If you have any questions after I'm done, let me know. So, what is Spectra? Spectra is a permissionless, fully on chain DeFi protocol for interest rate yield derivatives. So, what does that mean? How does it apply? It splits your token into two values, right? So each token is an interest bearing token and it has two values, the future value, the YT, and the actual value, which is the PT. Now, the YT, because it's speculative, you're able to trade on that, and that's a lot higher APY, and that's, but you got to be on it. It's like trading derivatives for like for trading volt delivery, the derivatives. So if you see a spike, you bought at 4%, you see a spike to 10, 15, you sell. And you lock that 10% on that part that you bought YT right there and then. But, like you see, it's just like you got to be on top of it though. The PT, so if you provide and you buy the PT, that means that you get a consistent yield. And that's your consistent yield. So let's say that's going to be a modest for so whatever percent it is, whatever's going to be yielding moderately for you. So it's PT and YT. And let me see. A principal token and PT is principal token and YT is yield token, which can be bought at a discount. So you buy it at a discount in the beginning, and then by the time it matures what that into that predictable rate. And then the YT, which represents the asset's future variable yield, rewards, and potential points exposure. Those in practice, that gives you like a conservative that should give you like a conservative means of what each one does. So one is yield or future yield. The other one is just like you buy it on discount, and then at the end, you know how much you're going to get. It's a consistent yield, but it's a lot more modest. And the YT at the end, because this is the whole thing about it. There's a date when the vault needs to get reset. So the YT gets its value from that because it's like let's say you're 6 months down the road, so you're gonna start out with like, hey, you're gonna net. Let's just keep it simple, 10% on that yield that you just bought it, right? So, but the YT goes up and down depending how many people can jump in, how many people buy it and sell it. So you could, when you get that spike, you sell it, you earn that, and you could add that back to the YT, or you could buy it back to the PT. So now you're earning and then earning on top of that as well. So you can create that strategy. So it all depends on how you want to play it, but it's to do the YTs. I got my friends over at DeFi Dev that are just on it. Like I got one guy, he's just on it. He stays on it, and he always is the first one to sell on top. I'm like, damn, he's on point because I can't. I did it once. I broke even, and I said, you know something, I'm good. The other thing that Spectre does, which is also, yeah, no, it was because at one time I got caught. I got caught bad. I was like, I had just missed it. I couldn't log in on time, and I was like, no. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I broke even. I said, you know something, maybe, but can you make money doing it? Oh, absolutely. If you're on top of it and you can game it that way and you learn, uh, you could cake, but like everything, you got to be on it. PT, like I said, is just consistent. You buy the discount, you know what you're going to get at the end. And then you could go into liquidity pools. You could provide the liquidity for the pool. And what that does is lets you earn on every purchase and sell, on every time the tokens move. So purchasing and selling, you earn. You also earn on the percentage for the IBT that you own. So like for S Flare, which is the vault I'm going to show you later, um, it's an interest-bearing token, so it itself accrues value because it's a smart contract controlled token from Scepter Finance. And the base token is Flare. Now, Flare itself creates its own value through its FTSO and delegation rewards system. So, yes, that's as simple as I could put that. So then anyone can create the mark. So, it's like, those are your three options. And I go into liquidity pools because it gives me exposure to all the purchases, all the sells, and it gives me. You also earn the IBT also um, earns that value as well as on top of like whatever um, may happen. Like you're just earning on all facets of it. So that's why I like it. Is that pretty clear, or you want me to go further into it? Cool. Um, well, you could buy the PT. Well, the safest one is the PT because you know what you're going to get at the end. It tells you, hey, when you purchase it, this is how much this is going to be worth at the end. At least might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less. It'll be like a, but you know it's consistent. You know what you're getting. So for people that have like a lot, they're like, ah, you know something. I don't even just in case I'm not even okay. Some people like knowing what they're going to get. And that's okay. That's what it's there. Now let me go through. I have a little something on the liquidity pool. So now, the liquidity pools, once you give those to those, is that you are jumping into liquidity pools are shared reserves of crypto locked in smart contracts that allow people to trade on decentralized exchanges without waiting for a specific buy or sell. For example, ETH USDC, the pool may contain both ETH and USDC contributed by liquidity providers who generally deposit equal dollar amounts and they receive uh, parts they receive the fees for for those transactions. So, but then you're also left with the impermanent loss. So remember, we're dealing with speculative assets. So if that token, but your the amount of the tokens you have is not. I hope that makes sense. Cool. Before I move on, I'll give you a second. I'll try to look on YouTube now. Hope is good. Hope is just soaking the information. She's soaking the information. If anybody's over there on YouTube watching, you guys want to join us here on the Kryptonair stage, you're more than welcome. Yeah, soaking it in. That's it. You guys definitely come on through to Kryptonairs. You're more than invited. It's a Kryptonairs free stage. If you have any questions on DeFi or anything I can help you, please come on over. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna move on. And I gotta give Sensei and everybody their props, and Ariane and all that. So now you guys see my screen over here. This is the yields on your term. I'm gonna launch the app now. As you guys know, I like Bifrost. There's other wallets you can use, but I use Bifrost. I like everything under my own keys. I'm old school that way. And we get on. Now, usually this gives me a little bit of a connect the wallet. Yeah, baby. And go oh, sorry. Yeah, I got my some perps trading over here. Yeah. Okay, so we're on. And as you can see, okay, so on top of Esfla right now is earning, I think, like it's always between like 8 and 15. On top of that, you're also earning this over here at 13.26 on it. And this is the vault, how it works. See, you could buy the YT leverage, you could trade. You go to the pool. That's my jam. I like the pool. See, the pool yield is 16.49. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you just gotta be like, all right, it was more. And it goes a lot higher during. the bull markets and everything. But right now, this is a you take what you can get, and it's been yielding pretty well. I started with a modest balance. Yeah, that's a good yield. There's nothing wrong with that yield. You let me know who else is paying that, and I'll help you out, and I'll go figure it out too, and we'll go in it together. But now, so you got the LPs and the YTs, and so what do we do? Okay, so is that much I have? As for the red flow, I have that. I could throw that in there. So how do you add to it? So you go to select, and you go to take flare. I remember it's S flare is for scepter flare. There's also stake flare, which is from Spark Dex. And that's another IBT that they created over there that they control. So I'm gonna go max. I'm gonna add to the pool. Max, max, baby. Add to the pool. And you always look at the date. It's 9/26. Yeah, this was almost done, but I'll throw it in just to show you guys. Okay, so let me show you this first, because you got to look at everything before you go in. So this is how many tokens I'm supposed to be getting back. You make sure that this math equals this math, which it does. 11.98 and then 4 cents equals 12.02. So beautiful. Spectra be needed for max boosted APY, and it has that. I'm not into V Spectra, but if you want, you just purchase it, you swap for it, and then you get even a boosted APY over here. Now my implied. All right, so I'm gonna get 13.86 to 82 to 13.82, and the new pool APY is 16.49. So that's PT. So just from the PT side, I'm gonna get 3.77. LP fees, that's a liquidity pool fees. I'm gonna earn a 0.16, which is low, but hey. Then the LP rewards are 5.85. Plus, Flare is rewarding you that 5.86 as well. So you're going to get that back in rewards. And then plus S Flare itself is going to be earning that 6.69%, totaling 16.49. It's pretty good. Yeah, like they do a very good job. Like Spectre does a good job. They have a good product. And then we just go to so if that's clear, we're going to go to add liquidity here. And now we switch network, we approve. And everything gets approved through your Bifrost. Well, that's what I love about Bifrost. It's always protected under your keys. So call me old school. I don't care. I love my keys. All right. Now, you always get two confirmations, guys. One is for you to move the funds, giving it protocol permission to move your funds. The second one is for the transaction. So then we go to confirm. It comes up on your phone. Yeah, Rihanna, see, I'm trying to keep it. I practiced. I went over it in my head. I'm not talking in between transactions, so then I got to redo it. It's like, all right, get through the transaction, then we talk. Lat. Well, no, you have such good things to say, like and you give that perspective and everything. So I love it. It's not that. It's like, all right, now the transaction. Now you know how to add. So if you decide to do this, you just figured it out. I also have the video. Go down to my YouTube, and you could look up my Spectra video, and you got two of them that you can look at where I show you how to add and how to pick safe liquidity, a safe Spectra bowl. Now, total portfolio value. This started here at 900, and now I'm up to that. So that's pretty cool, you know. And then because the liquidity pool runs it for you. It splits your tokens up into PT and YT. So you just come on every time and you go to your YT position right there. And I have $1.76, which is whatever. All right, I'm gonna claim it because that's the YT and they sell it for you throughout. So then you just go to actions right here. You claim your yield. We go back to our phone. So it's literally producing for you. And that's why I like the liquidity pools, and they take care of it. It's still earning, not the max. The max you could just buy YTs and sit on it, and you will spike. You hit jump on it, you lock your profit in. That's it. Awesome. You might not though. Like that's a chance you take, but most likely, like if you once you learn how to do it, how to range it, and then figure out what's a good value, then you do it, and then you wait for it to jump up, and then you make your money. So then, boom. So clear my yield, and it'll come up under my wallet. Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Moving a little slow, a little slow. Transaction confirmed and done, guys. The biggest thing about this stuff is just getting over the fear of getting in there and doing it, and that's what I've realized with people. And that's okay. Listen, it's part of life. It's like that's okay. You take your time. That's the beauty of DeFi, guys. Like you decide the time, you decide your risk tolerance, your path A. You control it. You might want to be conservative, and that's fine. Whatever you feel comfortable. You have any questions, you come and ask me. I'll try to help you. And if I don't know, I'll be the first one to say, that's a great question. Let me go find out for you. You know? And that's it, guys. Like it's really, it's just the way it is. Like, there's people that's like, oh, is there a manual? Is there's like, yeah, this is DeFi. Is there a manual? Yeah, you'll find some instructions. You can spend your whole time reading, or hey, I'm gonna take $5. I'm gonna jump around in here and see where it takes me. I'm gonna take $10 and jump around here and see where it takes me. And oh, okay, I see how that works. I see how that works. And I try to make my videos step by step so that you guys can follow. Literally, pause, act, pause, act, pause. That's literally how I do it for you guys. So I try to simplify it as much as possible for the normies and everything. So I hope if you have any questions, please let me know. Do you understand how it works? How to claim? Here. Oh, no, this is their AI. What am I doing? Get out of here. Let's fix it. Now, the different bolts are split up. Like this is what I'm going to show you now. This is the portfolio page where all of your positions are, right? I used to be in staked XRP position, but they still didn't come out with a value proposition, so I got out of staked XRP. So I don't know how long you've been following Hope, but if you were in staked XRP, I'm out because there's still no value proposition for the points. I hope they do resolve that. And they also kind of change their structure. They went from multiple votes with multiple risk parameters where you could control, which is where I'm at. I like controlling my stuff. So it's like, all right, I don't mind putting 15 to 20% high risk, and then I'll go conservative on a lot, and then I'll do mid range. Depend, but they just said then they switched it to it's going to be one vault. Everybody's going to be slashable. Everybody's going to be this and that. They did add a parameter where they have a like a slush vault in front protecting everybody. So that slush fund has to get used up before anybody get it before your rewards get slashed. So it is what it is. I mean, I still think it's a good project. It's just not for me. I'm more hands on. So if they ever go back to their original structure where they're gonna provide multiple volts, multiple risk parameters, all right, I'll think about it. I mean, The truth is, that's the beauty of DeFi. You get in and out whenever the risk reward is in your favor. You know. So that they're calling stake disappear in IBT is a lie, but all right, because it's not yet. There's no value proposition for that. So, but these are the different pools. These are the PT. So you go down here, that's the PT. Then we go to the leverage YT. As you can see right now, if I were to buy leverage, I'm buying at 82.8063x leverage on YT, which is crazy. Crazy. I buy that, I'm gonna be here like this. Like I'm not gonna be able to live life. So I was like, you know something? I gotta get. But if you're able to trade, like if you're a trader and you're gonna be on it, this is perfect for somebody that's on the screen all the time. We're like, oh wow, that's a nice 50% jump. Yoink, you just got 50%, interest just right there. So it's good for that, but nah, no thanks, man. So let me just see if I could show you guys real quick. So I already staked it to the liquor. See, that's the thing. It always changes. It always changes. So it all depends. The supply. It's all smart contract controlled, and it's all supply. And the supply and demand controls the price of everything and the time horizon as well. Because this will then here, let me go back to that so I can show you guys. See, because if it's that high, it's because it's ending soon. So, but look at this one. This one is November 25th, and it's at 200. How are they doing that? I have no idea. But yeah, but click on it. Implied is a 1.9. Select. I'll do, let's say 50. Let's say we're going to put in 50. Traveler to reduce price impact. See, and that's the other thing you got to look out for. That's why I always tell you guys, look at this, and they do a great job telling you, hey, lower it, make it two transactions, make it four transactions, make it less, so that your price impact is less. When you see that, that means it's low liquidity. And if you see that, just there'll be other opportunities. You know. I also go over that. You could go on DeFi Llama and see what the how much and everything. But they do a good job here telling you as well. They do a great job at giving you the totals and everything. But let me not click that because then I'll buy it. Hey, Pat, what's going on, buddy? And then liquidity. These are the pools. So you go to liquidity pool, or you could do the vaults. The vaults have are year round. They have no expiration. Um, but as you can see, they're a lot lower. I'm just into S Flare because it's very nice. It's earning yield itself, and it's earning more yield here. And I get to collect on it. So it's like, so I just like the liquidity pools right here, and you see which one you like, which percentage you like. Like, it's oh, and it's not only for Flare. Like I'm into Flare. Flare is my favorite ecosystem right now. I've been getting a lot into Tau. Ooh, when I come out with those videos. Yeah. Um, and you see, like they have a whole lot of vaults. It's not just one. This is like a multi ecosystem vault system, and that's. So Spectra has a lot of things going for it, and yeah, I mean, you could also provide like you could go to the stable vaults. So USDC will earn you a 7 point. Yeah, but you're gonna get more from Kinetic right now. Kinetic is what right now? Like I could go look, but as I oh hell yeah, come on now, yeah, yeah. How spoiled are we that we're like, it's only 7%. Over there, I know that's above 10, I believe, on Kinetic, or it was. I gotta see because it always changes here. I'll check right now. Kinetic market. And I'm gonna do a video on this because now XLM they're opening up an XLM side for DeFi for Kinetic. So you could deposit your XLM earn word. So Kinetic changed their page, but it looks I like it now, better now. I gotta this is my after my Flamix video. This is next. But look, we're getting 8 point. Oh, it's actually. Oh, sorry, it's only 8.85. Scumbags. The USDT zero at 7.64, but this is their primary markets, which is like their stable. And here, and you're getting a 9.8 on your USDT zero with FXRP. FXRP isn't yielding that much right now because we're at a downturn. So you know, so as you can see, you know, a lot more yield. I'm surprised we dropped about under 10, but 91 utilization 7%. Oh, that's why. You see that? So that utilization right there drops how much you earn. So and then it switches between both of these. So nobody's really borrowing FXRP right now. So everybody's borrowing stables. That's because the some people see the down and they're borrowing on it to lock in the value. But that's what I did. I borrowed from here. I borrowed from my S flare because I have my S flare here earning that little bit. It's meager, but you know something? I like it because I know that kinetic is safe, so I'm earning a little bit on it. I'm earning both what you call it. I'm getting R flare rewards plus I'm getting you know uh some of the acid as well. And then I borrow off of that, and I got that in Spectra. So whatever I borrowed, then I took like half of this, and I'm using it in perps right now, which I'm up, which I've covered. But this is still so. Then I borrowed. I'm earning on the borrowed, on top of earning on the borrowed, and I'm using it on perps, earning there, and I'm earning our flare because I'm using Flamix, and I'm using SparkDex, so I get our flare rewards. So it's like pay me, pay me, pay me. I'll take it. So so as you can see, so these are the different things. Like I like their new website. I really do. And they also added Centaura vaults to their website. That's Kinetic. I was gonna do SparkDex, but we're on Kinetic now. Let's go on Kinetic. Dash, I'm not logged in, but let me go to the vaults and TradFi private credit pool. So net APY. So the lean 90 days cool down. Okay, so these are like leans. So you could earn 32% right now on. So if you deposit USDC, you're earning an estimate 22 to 16. First withdrawal 90, but it does. But then you see, but very clearly, then you have a 90-day request window. So you gotta wait 90 days before you can pull it out if you request it. You get what I'm saying? So this is long-term money that you're gonna deposit here, and you're gonna earn that 22% nicely. You get what I'm saying? Oh. Hmm. So, but if you need the capital, then you just deposit it. You don't go here. You just go over here, and you get your meager 8.85. Oh no, whatever shall I do? So, and then your gifts, then you get your R Flare rewards. It tells you how much everything you get. And now you can swap here. And Centaur bolts, kinetic risk metrics on flare. One sec. I'm just walking you through. This is your transaction history. I'm not going to log in because I have my. But we'll go into Centaura. Very good products. It's just not for me because I earn more deploying. So once you learn how to deploy, that's where you begin to be, break things up into different risk categories and everything. So Yeah, they're not doing too bad, I gotta say. High risk, different whale activity. Yeah, they give you all the risk parameters for everything, so it's not bad. I gotta say, it's a very good product. And Centaura is, they're top notch, and that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys, can you hear me? Oh, okay. I'm good now. All right. Okay, so that's fine. So I'd be lying. I've been doing a lot more stuff with AI, and I've been over there with the DeFi. Then I've been doing, they got some good products over there, so I've been partaking in them and just playing around. I've been mostly in AI right now. So when I come out with my videos for Tao, you'll see what it is that I've been up to. So learning, just learning, always learning. So it's like perps and AI. That's where I've been right now. So learning how to trade perps and learning AI and how it works. Oh my God, what they got going on over there is awesome. Focus, focus. Well, and not overwhelming. It's just a lot because there's so many subnets. It's like so many different things that they've got going on. They have basically Tao has created an AI ecosystem centered around the Tau token and its value. And each subnet that creates value is rewarded, and rewards are spread throughout the ecosystem as well. And if you're able to say you stake your Tau token, you could stake to mainnet, which earns you a meager, but you could stake to different projects, and that's where you get your alpha tokens, and that's where you could cake. But you got to be careful because not all the subnets, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm like checking out subnets, and there's a couple of ones that are iffy, and of course, I had to be like, oh yeah, let's try it, and yeah, you'll see. So yeah, and and that's just how I learn, and I got a couple of guys, a couple of my friends are like, oh, Rich, what are you doing? Let's, and then we'll mess around and we'll see what we're doing, but it's all fun and games, you can't. It's awesome, you just gotta enjoy it at times. Yeah, I absolutely. I'm working on it. At first, you know how it is. Like I don't want to present something that I'm not sure about yet. Not that I'm not sure, but that I'm not like on it. I need to be like how I'm on it with this. Like you'll ask me any question about mostly anything, and I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, here we go, and I can show you right away. That's how I want to be there. I don't want to be like, well, Rich, what happens with this? And I'm like, that's a damn good question. Yeah. Thank you for asking. But it's a learning. But that's the beauty. That's why I like DeFi. It's like you just learn at your pace. You do what you can. Do you guys have any questions? Say that again. Yes, and I love it. I mean, you should always want to learn. I mean, it's easy to just like sit back and skate. It's like nah. I like challenging myself and learning and trying to push the envelope a little bit. At the end of the day, if you don't push the envelope, then you just get bored and it's like, all right, I'll go back to walking in the park. you know. Did you like that last video? Thank you for the comment. Did you like the last video, Ariana? Did you like the Chicago Bulls? Everybody keeps mentioning that analogy to me. Yeah. Oh, it's been sweeping like crazy. People have been getting liquidated. Which I need to look right now because I got caught on that liquidation. Oof, I look like Martin after I don't know. I might be dating myself, but you remember? I don't know if you watched Martin, but there was a fight scene where he was fighting for charity and he had to fight Tommy Earns, and his face was all swollen. That's what my portfolio looked like after that liquidation event. Yeah, but it's a humbling again. It's like you gotta, and I'm like, ah, now, I couldn't even trade for a while after that one. Like I got shook, to be honest with you. Like it was very humbling. Like he just like, and it's like, all right, go back to your rules. You have your rules. You got to get back to it. But then it's like a confidence thing too, because then you're reading, then you double, and it took a while for me to get out of my head and be like, oh no, 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 this is what it's showing me. Let's go with it. I have a thesis. And you got to have conviction behind your thesis, and then you deploy. You got to have your stop loss immediately on. There is no. Before I was like, I'll add I'll add the stop loss. No, lesson learned. SL on immediately. I need a thesis. Lower leverage. Lower leverage. I had to lower my leverage. I was going crazy. I was doing so well I had like 3 months of like straight like cake. I was like, yeah, nobody's touching me. And then that liquidation happened. I was like, wah wah wah. But luckily, thank God for the SLs that I did have, and they did save my like. So I'm like, like I'm a little bit above where I started 3 months ago, which isn't bad. I'm still up, but I was so much higher, and I'm like, wow. But what it did is it made me stop, rethink. 'Cause over at the Better Trading, I'm telling you, Aaron does a great job over there. He's like, look, if it's stressing you out that much, it's too big. And he's right. Yeah, I was over leveraged, and my positions were too big. So it's like, all right. So now I'm even more strict. All right. And then I evaluated like why was I not hitting? Why did I get liquidated so quick on this? Leverage. I'm using too much. All right, I gotta lower my leverage. All right. So now I have a max amount of leverage I use. Now my SLs go in immediately. I don't need to have my TPs right away, but my SLs go in with the order. If there's no SL, there's no order being placed. That's just automatic. Before I was like, oh yeah, get in. It's a good price. Yeah, I'll get that SL in later. Then something will happen. I come back. I'm like, oh damn. you know, well, past that invalidation point. Oh yeah, no, it's rough. It's rough. Nobody asks how you feel. Nobody's like, oh, the market moves. It moves, and it takes your money. But it's a whole different. Yeah, I don't know if you've gotten into perps trading, but yeah, you know. hmm Yeah, no, that's a good mentality to have. No, and I've been in it for a while, and I'm finally getting to learn how to perp trade, which is awesome. Like and I love it. It adds a whole other dynamic, and even so, like teaching me risk, because this is all it is. It's risk. So you're learning what it's worth, what the risk reward is that you're looking for. What Because there's a lot of trades that you're like, it's gonna be a winning trade, but is it worth the risk? Because it's not a you think it's gonna be a winning trade. Is it worth the risk? Because that's where that is, and man, it's not worth it. You got to learn to walk away, and I'm doing that a lot more often now. Which before I was like, looks like a winner, and Yeah, not always. I didn't always get that chicken dinner with that strategy. I'll tell you that. I'm. I- Man, there was no chicken dinner with that strategy, baby. Let me tell you. Mm-mm. But applying the rules and everything, you just got to do it, and you got to stick with it. That's the other thing. I do so much. If I'm in a hurry now, I don't trade. Before I'd be like, oh, let me see. Oh yeah, that's good. Boom, and then I will come, and I stop doing that. So if I'm not sitting down, I'm not looking at the trade. I don't take it. If I can't figure out the thesis, if I can't figure out an invalidation point, I don't take it. And if that invalidation point is, and if the risk reward isn't there, I don't take it. There's always going to be another trade coming up, and it's all about capital appreciation. Like Aaron says, the best. You got to try to stay in the green as much as possible. And that's it. You know, TB, that's so awesome. Yeah, a lot of people like to simplify. They think it's just like press a button. Yeah, you got to find the pain you can handle. There's some people that DCAing in works. Like some people could DCA in and they actually begin placing their trades, and then they're like, all right, I know I'm just jumping in right now because it's a good price, and if it goes up, I'll DCA, I'll double. This is the martingale. That's Aaron uses that a lot. I'm not that good at that yet. I'm more I got a trade, I got an SL, I could go in. I like having my TPs. I try to shoot for TPs. Like I'm always trying to have my take profits in order. But I'll jump in if I can figure out an SL and I see that the TP is far. I'm like, all right, boom, thesis complete. I jump in, and that's it. And then you got to keep an eye on it and make sure that if things turn around and you're expecting certain things, all right, you just gotta. And that's the hardest part. Like at first, it was a lot harder for me to get out because I'm like, yeah, but this could no, no, no. Take the green. Take the green. Take the green. If you writing something up and down, and like if you think about it, you lose so much because it's yours while you're there and it's going up and you're not taking it, and then you lost it. And then let's say you're like that, you're in the negative, and then it goes back up. But think about it. Had you just taken the profit there, let it go down, placed another trade while it was down to go up, then you just made twice as much. You didn't have to write it up. So I'm getting better at that aspect of it. So it's a learning, it's learning. That's all it is. And just trying to follow the rules. Like, all right, now I'm green, take it. Or if I see something, I also getting a lot better at figuring out if it's gonna keep riding because I was bad at that before. Like I left a lot of profits on the table. I was up a lot, but I've left a lot of profits on the table on good trades because I'm like, no, I'm out. But I was like, oh man, I need to learn how to tell because that didn't invalidate the thesis. It's just like it's gonna go down. It can't always go up and to the right. It's gonna pull back a little bit, and then it might keep going. So I'm getting better at reading like where that where that line is. So it's a journey. It's a journey. Well, hopefully, I sure we'll find out. It's either that or I'll be panhandling it. I'll be working at McDonald's, baby. Like I needed a fourth job. Let's go. Come on now. I'll figure out a way to get paid 26 hours a day. Actually, I am with DeFi. That's just the truth of the matter. I am. So, I mean, and if you look at it with the strategy I just explained to you, I'm doing this with house money. Right now, the money that most of the money I use is borrowed money, and I'm making money with it. I'm up with that, and then I'm also almost done paying back my loan with the earnings I've been getting from Spectra on my loan. So I'm just gonna add to my bag at the end of it. So it's just like learning like the mechanics of value, and that's what I call it. So once you learn how value works, you understand DeFi. And once you get over the fear, and then once you understand how to, all right, I'm not, don't just jump in. Hey, I got $10. Let's figure this out. And you get in there, and that's when you really begin to like, all right. And because then it's like I can tell everybody, hey, listen, getting in is easy. You better know how to get out. Getting out is a lot more important than getting in. You know, they make getting in easy. Getting in is real easy. That's what they always wanted. Like, come on, hey, yeah. They want you to get in. You got to know how to get out just as fast. You know. Hey, so yeah. But here I'm gonna. Hey guys, thank you for joining us on YouTube. We do this every Thursday over here, over at the Cryptoneers free stage. Come join us. You have any DeFi questions, or you want me to cover anything? Hit up my YouTube, and I'll cover it. And that's it, guys. Have a good one. All right, so I'm out of YouTube. All right, now it's just us. We can get to the nitty gritty. Yeah. So, ah, what do we have? Pat's always building something.